and the speech password is sunset. For many people, planning a budget each month is a daunting endeavor. Dollars are stretched to their max potential, and the little left over is stowed away for a rainy day. However, if you're anything like me, your heartstrings are tugged on when you see an ad for a need. You may want to be generous, but sometimes your finances simply won't allow you to. I'm going to introduce to you a nonprofit that just about anyone can financially support. JoJo's Pizzeria is a vision for a nonprofit food truck that serves gourmet wood-fired pizza and empowers women internationally through microloans. I invite you to lend me your ear as I explain to you how you can give women an entrepreneurial chance at sustaining their families while eating a slice of delectable pizza. Even though pizza is an Americanized staple, it was while I was living overseas that I witnessed the need for financial responsibility and birthed the idea for the nonprofit. In 2016, I lived in South Africa. While I predominantly worked with children, I witnessed an entirely different need in a different demographic. I witnessed people just spend their money without any financial awareness. It was to the point that some people didn't even have a savings account or investments for the future for their children. Some of the sad situations I saw kids in were a direct result of their parents' lack of financial knowledge. The World Bank is a large intergovernmental agency that invests in developing countries. In research they conducted, they came to the conclusion that nearly 3 billion people in developing countries have little or no access to formal financial services. 3 billion people. Let that number sink in. My heart broke specifically for women in that situation. I met women in Africa who were willing to work so hard for their kids, but they simply didn't have any way to ensure their success. I felt burdened to help them. With the understanding that financial responsibility is crucial for developing countries, I also learned that microloans are a tangible way to cure monetary dilemmas. Until a few years ago, I never heard of what a microloan is, so I don't expect you to know what it is either. According to our friend Merriam-Webster, it defines a microloan as a small loan typically for financing entrepreneurial projects by impoverished individuals and groups, especially in poor or developing countries. In simpler terms, a microloan is a line of credit given to someone for the purpose of assistance. Women who receive microloans can use the money to start or expand a business. Microloans are also a very good aspect to cure financial problems because they do not feed into the negative complex of foreign aid. Billions of dollars are being poured into Africa each year, but you still see so much poverty. Part of this reason is that communities rely too much on just being given things. Change would be more effective if you can give people the tools that demand ownership and responsibility. Think International is a nonprofit already doing the work that I envisioned through JoJo's Pizzeria. They understand the powerful tool of empowerment. They have seen the positive effects by saying, many women gain self-confidence and have the power to make choices for themselves and their families. They gain a voice among their peers and become advocates for other women. The saying is true, when you empower one woman, you are going to empower a community. Microloans are powerful, but they do require money, and that is why I want to use a food truck as a vehicle to source these loans. You may be thinking, how do pizza and finance fit together? They don't, but that's what I love about it. My nonprofit is a unique model, and I've designed it intentionally. The name is inspired by my mom's name, and her pizza was a staple in our household growing up. I also want to have a financially responsible nonprofit, so that's why I chose a food truck. The Nonprofit Finance Fund is an organization that coaches nonprofits in sustainability. They stress that in order to have a healthy nonprofit, you must maintain responsibility in areas such as revenue reliability, full cost coverage, and debt management, just to name a few. In response to that, pizza is a cheap food to make and a cheap food to eat, and just about anyone can support you. I chose a truck over a building because it's cheaper costs, and a truck is mobile. I can use it to cater to events and spread awareness. While it is still in the planning stages, I do have an aesthetic vision. As people are waiting for pizza, my message will be a design on the side of the truck, and video will show the stories of women already empowered by microloans. I believe this business model is set up to allow growth, maximize awareness, and utilize every dollar so that more money can go directly into the pockets of women abroad. Now that you've heard about the impact that my food truck has the potential to create, it's crucial you understand how you can partner alongside JoJo's Pizzeria. Maybe you've been listening to this and realize that your finances, that you haven't been financially responsible. I encourage you to become financially responsible so then you can empower others. Maybe this is your first time hearing about this need. You're not alone. Pulitzer Prize winning journalist and author of the incredible book, Half the Sky, Nicholas Kristof believes that America is lacking the knowledge of global issues. In his book, He was astonished, saying, "Young people can graduate from university without any understanding of poverty at home or abroad. I believe that by listening to my speech, you've gained an education for the need of microloans, and I encourage you to share that with your peers." Not one generation or even a handful of nonprofits will tackle this issue completely. I would encourage you to consciously live to empower others. Lastly, I would ask you to support JoJo's Pizzeria directly. You can do this financially, use JoJo's for your catering needs in the future, or one day eat a slice of pizza off the truck. I'm confident you won't regret it because it's rewarding knowing that your sacrificial giving is opening doors for women across the world. In conclusion, in every third-world community, there is a plethora of women willing to work hard and to ensure the success of their family. However, for many women, they simply just won't receive the tools to do this. However, JoJo's Pizzeria is going to be a vehicle of hope for these women. By providing microloans, these women will be able to change their circumstances for their family, eventually give jobs to other women, and change a community. We cannot do this alone. There is a famous tale that depicts the story of a boy walking along a beach full of washed up starfish. He spends his time tossing each starfish back into the ocean. He feels that his contributions are hardly changing a dent for the whole beach full of starfish. However, he truly did change the course for each of the starfish he helped. We sadly live in a world full of poverty, so overwhelming that it feels that our individual contributions can't make a change. However, if we collectively, inspired by the boy on the beach, and adopt that mindset, we can collectively make a change. I'd ask that you partner with JoJo's Pizzeria to give women across the world an entrepreneurial chance to sustain their families and live to their max potential. Thank you.